Hello, it's me, King Oreo, your DM for this upcoming D&D adventure. I just wanted to take a little bit of time to introduce myself and the concept behind this campaign. You see, I've been streaming for 7 years on Twitch, and I wanted to introduce D&D to some of my players and some of my viewers that had never played. So, you know, dusted the old books and started DMing again for them. However, I wanted my chat to also be part of this. I didn't want them to just be viewers. I wanted them to be agents. You typically, D&D is the players and the DM. I wanted my chat to be the third agent. I wanted my chat to play the role of chaos. And they get to do that in Meandria, because Meandria is like the prime material plane, but it's not anchored into the astral sea. It meanders and gets pulled around by the elemental planes around in the astral sea. So that's what my chat gets to control. So far it's been great, and they're very chaotic, and sometimes random things happen. So while you're watching this, that's probably what's happening. If at some point you're wondering, why is there a fire giant out of nowhere? That's why. So I'm very nervous, as you can tell, but I really hope you enjoy the video. It's the first one of many, hopefully. So let me know in the comments below what you think, what you want me to improve, what you like, what you don't like, and do the YouTube stuff, like and subscribe if you want to. Put the notification bell, and if you would like to experience it live, you're more than welcome to join us every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/bast_50. And that's it. Have a good video. Bye. Oh boy. All right. So let's start with introducing your characters. We'll start with Malpheus.
Hello, I'm Malpheus, and I am playing Iliakos Celebratos, a cleric of the green-horned goddess. He was just graduating to become a cleric when he threw a party that was so good it embarrassed the portion of the Feywild in which he lived, and as a result, he was exiled to the mortal realms, specifically Meandria, just to rid them of the embarrassment. But to him, it's a holy quest, and he is going to bring the word of the goddess to the lands. One by one, drink by drink, party by party.
Thank you very much, Malpheus. That's Iliakos right there, the satyr in the corner, bottom left of your screen.
Hello.
There we go. And next up, we'll have Aphelion introduce her character.
Hello, my name is Dahlia. I am a fire genasi that has traveled to Meandria quite by accident through a portal that has taken her from the elemental plane of fire and brought her to the prime material. She was found by Spear's character Elias and is his adoptive sister, along with his father, who when they found her has strictly instructed her not to tell anybody where she's from. So she's kind of just living with them right now and trying to figure things out after being here for a couple years.
All right, thank you, Aphelion. So just for the uninitiated, because I know we have a lot of not D&D knowledgeable people in the chat. Go back on Malpheus a little bit. He comes from the Feywild, which basically is like lands of the fairy, right? Fairies, fairy folks, and you know, like satyrs and unicorns and stuff like that. Kind of like a fairy world, basically. Dahlia is from the elemental plane of fire, which, not furry, fairies. The elemental plane of fire, which is a plane full of fire. And I'm not going to go too much to technical stuff of that, but like D&D has a bunch of planes or dimensions. Some of them are based on elements like water, fire, earth, air, shadow, stuff like that.
Heart.
No heart. No Captain Planet.
My heart.
He's our heroes.
And yeah, so that's essentially where the lores are from. And yeah, Not gonna try to like too much give you info because you guys are gonna pass out. And Crodon's already like blinked twice and we lost him. All right, Satan, introduce your character.
My character's name is Torque. He's a goblin barbarian. He doesn't remember things very, very often. He kind of gets sidetracked. But he found his buddy Iliakis on his search to find the silver dragon that helped his tribe. And since then, they've been partying and roaming around. And he's trying to find the silver dragon to repay a debt for saving a whole group of people.
All right, thank you, Satan. Goblin Barbarian. All right. Next, we've got Spear with Elias.
Throw out my name. I can't even reveal my own name. No. Hi, hello. My character is Elias. He is a ranger, and I have been living with my father in the woods, completely detached from society for the entirety of my life up until this point. The only thing my character has ever known is that my father is an amazing ranger. He's an amazing adventurer, and my character is trying to live up to that. Trying to live up to his father's name and try to become an amazing ranger. As Dahlia said, we met out in the woods at one point in time. We took her in, and we're trying to protect her and give her a chance in our world.
All right, thank you very much. Your father, by the way, is Rutford. I'll send that to you. Pronounced. That is his full name, and then usually he's known by just Rod. It is a legendary ranger from the on the plains of Meandria on the world. And again, when we use the term plains, chat, it's like the world itself. Like, you know, Earth is our world, right? In real life. So there you go. Doesn't mean legendary, doesn't mean that they're known everywhere, but it does mean that they're, you know, considered quote unquote a higher level. I'm just gonna send that to Aphelion and Spear. Rutford.
Changed my dad's name.
What?
He changed my dad's name.
I did? Yep, I did. All right.
It was Eli.
Was it? Oh, well.
That's fine.
No.
You just didn't know who your father was.
Fine.
Yeah, he always lied to you. Sorry.
You bitch.
And there you go. And last but certainly not least, Steel, introduce your character, please.
Yes, I'm playing Ednip Nikasi, a Haragon wizard. I come I'm from a land to the far east. I was born the seventh son to a grand house of Nikasi, ruled by my father and mother, the Arlo Leafslayer and Lady Sylvie. I grew up inside a castle most of my life, and I've been trained to become a diplomatic piece to my family. Kind of getting through the educational system, but really fell in love with the sword and martial training. Though, as a weak being a weak little rabbit, I didn't do so well. And then on my 12th birthday, I awakened to magic as my eye exploded with demonic power. And my parents created or found tutors for me to educate me in magic, which kind of pissed me off because I really want to be a swordsman. And so then, and hearing about a certain class of wizard that uses swords, I decided to take my leave from my family in a quest to find this school of magic so that I can use my powers that I've gained to become one of the greatest swordsmen my people have ever known.
Thank you, Steel. All right. So all our adventurers are heading towards a very, very known and very, very popular, renowned academy. It's called the Stalworth Academy. It is in the Ironbound Kingdom. Now, in Meandria, there are many kingdoms, of course, but one of them, which the story will be at, is called the Ironbound Kingdom, under the tutelage of King Reinhardt the Mighty Shield. It's a very militaristic, military influenced kingdom, and they are known for their stalwart display of army that they put in, their armor and weapons that are very strong, due in fact because the region where the kingdom was founded is lush in the mines for iron and stuff like that. So the academy, the Stalwart Academy, is in the capital city of Ironbound, which that's what the name of the city, and that's where our players were heading, or are heading for the to join the academy. All right, one sec.
This will be on the test.
Yes, and all of that will eventually be all written down somewhere so that people can learn it and figure it all out. Okay. So you guys are, coincidentally arriving in the capital city around on the same day. Coincidences. Down to start it. Well, it's called Whirlandville. That's what it is. Whenever I have time to write it down. We're gonna start with Iliakos and Torque. You both of you guys kind of met up in your backstory a little bit, which we've talked about. You guys are heading into the city. You're both arriving in a wonderful capital city. Once you arrive, the city is flush with people. Both of you, except for Yakos, you've seen some great gatherings, some great cities, but this is like a gigantic city. This is a very commercial-wise abundant city. There's a lot of people, and currently, because it's the they hold a festival when they have new classes that join the academy, and the city is completely decorated, and it's festive. You guys enter the city, and what do you do?
Hey, Iliakis, have you ever thrown a party this big?
Yes.
Like this big though?
Yes. There's a lot of room at the base of Mount Olympus, and I covered most of it in party. I just can't get a lot of stories about it from the people that are there because nobody followed me through. Do you have any idea which way we're going? I would like to get there quickly. I don't like the noise my hooves make on this stone flooring that they use.
I thought we figured out I shouldn't be leading us. Anyway.
I thought we agreed you should. Warrior normally takes the front, right?
Oh, I'll go kill things, but...
No, but don't start doing that now. That will get us arrested. That will get us arrested.
Oh.
Someone kind of turned around real quick as you said that. As a goblin with a gigantic greatsword, almost as big as you, pretty much as big as you, kind of dragging almost to the ground there. You say, "Oh yeah, I'll go kill things." A few passerbys and commoners kind of turned around scaredly, and then they kind of look at you. Goat Boy, aka a satyr, followed, walking along with a goblin. You guys kind of get some onlookers, right? And some people kind of like, what the fuck?
Throw them my winningest smile.
And mine too.
Make sure that I'm standing in front of him so that only I see his winningest smile.
Right. So when you smile at people, there's like a child there. They're kind of like, we're kind of nervous. They heard what you said. Kind of turns around and Yako smiles at the child, and he's like, he's reassured. And as soon as Torque kind of peeks around your shoulder a little bit, and then he shows his gigantly spiky, tootly grin, kind of terrifies the child immediately at that point, and goes and starts crying into the dress of his mother. However, everybody else around, are kind of reassured. They're impressed by your charisma and kind of go along with their day as you guys keep going down the cobblestone road, heading towards, well, you don't know.
Look for somebody wearing some kind of official looking clothes or a uniform, like a watchman or maybe another cleric or something like that, while we're sort of just following whatever main road we walk down at the middle. Also keep an eye out for any kind of food stand, because I'm getting hungry. Torque, you getting hungry? Torque?
Always hungry.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Be nice to get something other than road rations.
Right. Great. So yeah, you look, you're seeing not a lot of guards, but there are guards there, like city guards. So you definitely see one that you kind of look, he's walking through doing his patrol. You're kind of in the leaving a bit of like the home districts, heading into more of like the market district, and you see like this is a gigantic place. This is like a big city. There's a lot of stores and then street vendors and carts and stuff like that, and then you see more and more guards around those carts. However, the first guard, if you want to approach the first guard that you saw, you may.
Pardon me, good sir.
What can I do for you?
My name is Iliakos, and this is my associate, Torque. We were told to come here for the academy to prove our martial worth to your lands. Which way is that?
Well, the academy is up the hill, but right now no one can go there. These ceremonies, however, are this way, where later on today during the festival, the king will be welcoming the new students. I believe over there's an administrator that you can sign in if you're invited to the academy.
That sounds smashing. We'll talk to them.
I've left. I've gone to one of the street vendors looking for food.
Okay.
Completely forgetting about talking to the guard.
Torque?
Because you turn around after your small conversation with the guard, and by that time, Torque's already disappeared. Great, Torque.
Torque?
Torque, what kind of vendor are you looking for? So you go there, and there's like
I'm following my nose, so something tasty or sweet.
Tasty or sweet? So meaty. You definitely see like a street vendor, and he sells wieners and a lot of sausages. And the city of Ironbound is also a port city, so they do have fish as well. So there's a bunch of carts of different things, but the one that's really dragged you in, almost like lifted you off your feet while your nose followed the smell of the grilling meat. It's right there's plump sausages there on the grill, as you kind of, with you're basically 4 feet tall, kind of like look over, like barely see at the high level of the grill, you can see like that big juicy sausage right there on top. It's grilling.
Can I reach for it, or is it too far away?
You can reach for it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna reach for it. Try to grab it.
Are you trying to like stealthily, or just grabbing it?
Not at all.
All right,
I'm
cool.
just hungry.
All right. So, Iliakos, you notice with your great perception there that you kind of lost sight of Torque, and you looked around, and then you see him literally like grabbing the wiener off the cart, as he's like, the cook and the salesman, the owner of the cart's not necessarily paying attention. He's dealing with another transaction, and then you kind of just see his grubby hand go over and just grabbing the meaty sausage.
Torque.
What? Food.
Yeah, I've told you this. When it comes from a vendor, it has to be paid for. Their services need to be rewarded. Excuse me, sir, how much is the sausage?
Oh, hello. For my sausage, it's 5 copper.
Well, that's There you go. Tao, why don't you take 7 in exchange for the lapse of judgment of my associate here?
Oh, well, thank you. How kind. Very much. Thank you. Very kindly. Thank you. I enjoy my sausage.
I'm sure he'll get it, the whole thing in his mouth in one go. Let's go to these administrators. We have to sign in, apparently.
You want some of my sausage, Iliakis?
No. It's all yours.
You don't want to share?
Yeah, I'm craving yogurt, so I'm going to see if I can find some of that later.
Okay.
But
All
we
right.
have to go. The guard pointed this way. We are to speak to administrators and enter into the bureaucracy of this academy in order to become the great heroes that the one recruiter said that we were to become.
As soon as he said this way, I already started walking, and I
Right.
didn't listen to the rest.
Right
How are
on.
you so fast when your legs are so short?
All right. Nip. So you're arriving on a boat to the great capital of Ironbound, and you're on a ship in the docks. You're just essentially the way it works is that there's an island on offset of the city in the water, still in a kind of away from the coast, where the big ships kind of stop and all the marketing goes there, and then for people you grab another smaller ship and you arrive in the port in the city. That's where you're on right now, and you've gotten a lot of looks as you stoically stand on the deck of the ship, ready to depart. And the boat, stops and parks itself, and then people start getting off. And welcome to Ironbound. Where do you go?
Oh, well, I'll address the. Is it the captain who's saying that, or is there someone actually greeting on the dock?
No, it was kind of just like a hand, but the captain's there. Like, kind of, he arrives a little bit late while people are getting off, so he stands there as well, and he's, saying goodbye to everyone.
All right, I'll thank you for your safe travels you brought us. May you fare well in the seas in the future. And I disembark the vessel, and I'll look for maybe a harbor master I can speak with.
Sure. All right. So you seem to spot someone, with seemingly taking notes, talking with different other people carrying things in crates and carts and they're sorting out stuff. They're doing inventory, obviously, and he seems to be writing. So that hints to you that that's probably someone who can talk. So. You make your way towards that person.
Good sir, could you spare a moment? I'm new to this land, and I've been told I'm searching for the academy. Do you know where it is in the city, or do you have someone who could show me the way?
He kind of doesn't really look at you, right? He doesn't even kind of keep his eye off of his cargo and of his notes here. And he goes, yeah, for sure. If you go up the road here, you take the cobblestone road and you go up towards the city market. That's where the festivities are, and I believe that's where, he kind of pauses for a moment, kind of turns around and looks at you. Are you invited? Are you a student this year? Kind of looks you up a little bit. He seems kind of to taking note of you a little bit, because you're kind of well dressed, well mannered. You do look like you come from you're not in rags or anything like that. So he kind of looks you up.
I am here to enroll.
To enroll. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
I believe I'm looking to see and speak with the masters of the academy to see if it's somewhere that merits my my services.
Okay. Compared to the others, compared to Togo Iliakos, you, with your influences and your family and your stature, you were able to get an invitation. So you have an invitation on you with you. So you pretty much that once you just see an administrator, you just give them that and you'll be good to go. Thork and Iliakos do not have one. So he's like, oh, okay, well, what's your name, son?
Oh, Excuse me for the late introductions. My name is Ednip Nikasi, at your service, sir. Could you please, like I said, fetch a man who maybe could procure a carriage or some kind of mode of transport to the festivities?
He seems a bit taken by that because doesn't seem to have like anyone who could card. He's like, I can tell you where it is, but I mean, yeah. Hold on a second. He looks up at one of his. He looks over the shoulder of you a little bit towards the city, towards the ocean, and he sees a guard. So he points you that direction. He's like, go see that city guard right there, and he'll be able to point you where to go, or maybe there'll be someone, a cart that can help you over there.
Oh, well, thank you, good sir. I'll be on my way. Good luck to you in your work today.
Yeah.
You will. Your services will be remembered.
Thank you. So, all right, he's kind of like, your politeness is kind of throwing him off back a little bit because he's not used to that. He's kind of like a guy that works at the docks, right? He smells like fish, so he's not a noble or anything, right? So you walk away from him, you talk to the guard. The guard kind of gives you directions, and you see like there are like some modes of transportation in the city where there's like a cart that you could like a man cart. It's not a horse, it's a guy like that pulls it around.
Rickshaw.
Thank you.
Palanquin or something?
Sure.
Palanquins are carried by people.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So you see one of those, and he can, he points you towards that, and you go there, you negotiate with him a little bit, like whatever price he tells you, a couple of cuppers, and then takes you on the way to the town square, where the festivities and the mistress should be at. All right, Alias and Dahlia, kind of similar situation. You guys come in the city. It's bustling. Your father, Rutherford, on you guys' way out, which was a bit of a means away. Like you guys left, definitely like camped before you got to the city. On your departure, he kind of dismissively didn't really look at you guys as you were leaving. He was kind of more looking, as he always does, on his porch, sitting in his chair, looking onwards at the horizon towards the Great Lake that you guys have your homestead next to. And he kind of goes, without really turning, gives you a letter. He's like, you give that to the administrator and I'll get you in. Good luck. Don't get yourselves killed.
All right, Pa, take care.
All right. So very unceremoniously, you kind of leave your father's place. Dahlia, you kind of, at this point, you're used to the standoffishness of his dad, where he does not seem like he cares, but he does, because you've seen his actions and stuff like that. But like, they're not very much of a sentimental family where they share feelings and hugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, which she'd be fine with given who her father is, so.
Right. So you guys take on, like I said, you had a long trip ahead. You camped, no issues. You guys kind of an easy path there to the city, and you finally get there. I'd say it's beginning of the afternoon a little bit when you guys get there. Like described earlier, the city is huge. It's bustling with people. There's carts coming in and out and caravans coming in and out, and then you arrive. Where would you like to go?
Have you ever been to a city before anyways?
Oh, I ain't never been to a city before. Biggest thing that I've ever been to settlement-wise has got to be probably a village. That little village with like 50 people out by our house. Yeah, that's about the biggest I've ever seen. I didn't even know this many people in. Wow.
Yeah. And Elias, it is you are overwhelmed a little bit by how big the city is. It definitely, when we were talking about your your curse there. And Elias is not used to the city life, and there's a lot of people. It reminds you almost to like a beehive, where there's so many people, there's so many noises, people talking to each other, people interacting. It's buzzing. This kind of feeling of like buzzwords and you know, around you. And it's making you a bit uncomfortable, and it shows on him too. Like you're kind of like almost like when a dog is scared, like when there's a unforeseen situation happening.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys get in. You see a lot of you're in the home districts, so there's a lot of houses, a lot of people kind of attending to their yards, or you know, throwing out their trash or whatever. And there are people. Dahlia, you attract some attention because you know your hair is fire.
Yeah.
So you know, there's definitely people that look at you, but at the same time, you know, you having experience with cities, you know that sometimes like people react to like you know, stranger races and stuff like that in different ways. You do have the feeling that this city has seen some stuff. Yeah, you get onlookers, but most of the people here are kind of like, you know, they're not like, ooh, a dragon, well, not a dragon, but like, ooh, a fire genesee is uncommon, but never seen before. So it's not too, you know, what did I say? Too surprising. And they're not on looking at you too much. All right, so where do you two want to head towards?
Right now, I am completely overwhelmed by the architecture, and especially how did they get these stones underfoot so nicely? So I'm on the ground right now, like trying to dig up one of the stones to figure out how the hell did they make it so square? And what's holding them in, like, don't they move around? Don't they?
Right,
one of the stones up.
Right, so
Elias, stand up. Come on, I will explain everything to you once we get to where we're going.
I ain't never seen something like this. Like, how do they get it so fine and clean? It's so smooth.
We will be here for quite some time. You will have time to study everything. Believe me, it's stone masonry.
Fine, I'll try it, but I'm taking this brick with this
get
stone
out
with
of
me.
fucking way! Like about it, you know, you're on the ground, you're trying to dig out the rocks, and Dahlia's trying to pull you over. Come follow me, and then you see that you kind of are stalled the very busy streets. Like there's a like you turn around, there's like a big horse kind of next to you a little bit, pulling a caravan, and you're kind of stopping the flow there. And yeah, get him out of the way!
I was trying to decide how I'd react to this. What is that?
She pulls him off to the side of the road as soon as she sees him starting to walk off.
I attempt to go to the caravan to inspect.
No,
I've never seen a caravan.
Let's get to the school.
Well, what the hell is that? How does it move like that? The horse is pulling behind him.
And you're looking at, like, the caravan is actually a very, well, Dahlia, you notice that's a very luxurious one. So you're thinking, like, there's like gold trimming, and it's definitely beautiful. It's colored, it's painted. You know, you've seen like some fucking wagons, you know, pulled by horses, but a caravan like that, or trimmed with like flowery trims at the end, and like windows and doors and curtains on the doors, and even the man who's kind of like shouted at you is kind of well dressed in clothing that you've never really seen before, and they kind of like, you know, he kind of has like this kind of rod with like leather on top that he uses to whip the horse with, and he kind of like, hey, don't touch that, as you're kind of looking at the cart, kind of wondering what the fuck this is.
I'll look up to the guy. Dolly, look at this guy. That guy don't know how to wear a bow strap. You know, look at that. He's got the strap for the arrow quiver and everything like that, but he ain't got no quiver attached to it. What the hell is that? Such an idiot.
At this point, she has pulled him fully out of reach of this man. She's afraid this noble person is going to hurt him.
Who the hell wears a strap for a quiver without having an actual quiver on the damn thing. That's so ridiculous. I've never seen that in my life.
Elias, it's a noble person. They dress differently. Again, we will have time to explore. Let's get to the school.
So how's your pulling him? And he's getting like more excited and more
By
excited.
His arm.
So,
She's
right,
got a hold of his upper arm and is trying to pull him off the road.
You're like,
I ain't never seen no noble before. What the hell?
you
Like
hear another
sheep?
voice in the background. You're like, Bertrand, what is going on? And then the door from the caravan opens, and out comes, and Elias, you've never seen clothing like this before. You know, like you see like very, very almost sparkly black, fine leather boots with pantaloons, very tight black to a shirt and a jacket, and you know, and you see a man kind of like not really muscular but not scrawny, kind of coming out with like an annoyed look on his face, long hair kind of like combed back or brushed back a little bit. You have seen on him more gold than you've seen in your life already, and you're like, oh my, like, and he looks extremely annoyed, and he's and Bertrand's like, no, my lord, please stay in the caravan. They're just, you know, what is going on? Do we need to get the guards out of here?
Hey, Dolly, you know a lot about this kind of stuff, right? Why is that man dressed like a woman?
He's not.
But I'm confused. It's all the only sparkly things I've ever seen on persons was the people over in the village. They like to adorn themselves in like all kinds of gold and shiny stuff. Man, this guy's got it all over. His clothes, everything. How does he move in those things?
It's more of a status symbol, and both genders or anything in between really all wear it depending on status. The more sparkly, the more gaudy, it tends to be the higher status of things.
Oh, I see. I apologize. I didn't mean no offense by any of that. I just first time I ever been to a village this big. Or no, you guys call it a city, right?
Like he kind of looks at you and he you know, kind of, if it wasn't for the stench that I can smell in your body, I would have wondered what kind of idiots wandered around, but you must be a peasant or someone from...
I don't know what a peasant is, but again, now that you mention it, I probably do smell pretty good bit. Jay's work is actually pretty hard.
That is when Dahlia is going to look at the noble person, and her demeanor kind of changes. You have no right to sit there and talk to him like that just because you think you're higher than everybody else.
Oh boy.
We got out of your way.
So he
turns along.
While you're talking to him, he turns around, kind of ignores you completely. He's like, all right, Bertrand, looks like the way is clear. Just next time, just shove them out of the way. And he kind of just, you know, steps back on the stoops, gets into his caravan, and closes the door.
One moment, I'm about to do something really stupid.
Okay.
I'm not okay. So while she's doing, I'll just simply state, "Wow."
Being off to the side of the thing, can I actually reach out and touch parts of the carriage and whatnot at this point in time?
Okay. Before that, Spear, would you do a perception check for me, please?
Perception check. Okay.
Yeah. And I believe that's wisdom. Therefore, you do it at disadvantage.
Yes. I was double checking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wisdom. So. Perception, disadvantage. Or no, I don't add. It's not disadvantage. I just don't add my modifier.
Right. Whatever it is I sent you. Sorry.
All right. So this is gonna be -7.
Jesus. It's still pretty good.
16.
All right. Perfect. So, okay. You, as Dahlia is about to do what she's about to do, you feel your purse being pulled on, or your satchel where your gold coins are.
Okay.
All right, we'll go back to Dahlia. Dahlia, what are you doing? So you touched the Caravan as he's stepping in.
More specifically, can I reach one of the pieces of like cloth curtain or something?
Sure. Yeah. Like while the door is still open, there's like a piece of cloth of the curtain, and before he slams it off or closes it off, you can touch the cloth. Yeah.
Okay, as he's doing that, because he's kind of not paying attention to me or us anymore.
Right.
My hand is going to accidentally brush the fabric, and I'm going to cast Produce Flame.
All right. Okay. Right on. So you just, slowly produce flame and set the curtain on fire, and then he just kind of slams the door and, kind of takes off a little bit. We'll go back to Elias. As you're feeling a pull on your purse, you look around and you see a big, almost like maybe like a small dog, but like still a dog-sized squirrel pulling at your purse. And like when you turn around, it's kind of suspended. When you turn around, it kind of looks back at you like a dumbfounded look, and like it's staying still, hoping that maybe you don't see it.
I'll reach down, get it by grab it by the nape of the neck, kind of like a cat raises
Right.
up its yeah. I grab it by the nape of the neck. I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you're doing?
Hey, let me go! Let me go! You gotta see like its little claws are kind of tearing a little bit in the leather fabric of your purse, but it's not making holes. It's just like, and then you're kind of holding it, like you said, from the neck up, and it's just saying, I'm doing this for nuts.
If you weren't such a damn rodent, I'd actually think you were pretty cute. You know that? But you always going around trying to get into shit.
Hey, I'm only doing this because my master told me to do it, and he pays me with nuts. So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got a couple nuts here. Who's your master? I did someone I'd like to meet. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 2 nuts.
You know what? Give me 3 nuts and I'll just show you where he is and never go back to him again.
Deal.
All right. So do you give him now?
I'll give him half now, half.
All right. So he kind of like takes 1 nut, shoves it in his mouth and pushes it to the side like squirrels do.
Yep.
Kind of climbs on your shoulders. All right. Well, you gotta go that way, and you gotta pass that cart right there behind that vendor. There's a little street there. There's a little alley, and he's there like usually with a box, and he puts the coins because he usually sends me around to steal purses and jewelry and stuff like that. So you kind of follow his instructions. You wiggle through the crowd a little bit. Do you notify Dahlia, or do you just go?
Yeah, I'll give her a little talk. Hey, Dolly, we gotta go talk to a guy about a thing.
Right. So
Wait,
Dahlia,
what are we doing?
So Dahlia, you just like set fire to the curtain. The door closes. The caravan starts a little bit, and then Elias pulls you and tells you that you're going that way. So you guys, do you follow? Sorry.
He's stronger than me. I probably get yanked with him quite easily.
All right. So you both like kind of like don't go too far, maybe 8 feet away from the caravan, and then you kind of, Dahlia, you know, because you know what you did, you're keeping an eye back, and you see it stop. You're like, Bertrand! You hear, Bertrand, Bertrand! There's a fire in the caravan! What have you done, Bertrand? And then you kind of like, you're seeing the smoke coming out, and you're seeing the window like kind of like gets, you know, shattered by one of the beautiful lettered boots, and you can imagine the lettered boots, you know, scuffing through the broken glasses. It kicks it through, and you kind of seeing like the look of the noble's face, like completely frightening and scared. Bertrand, quickly! There's a fire inside! And then he kind of just stops, and Bertrand just get off the horses, and there's like a big commotion and stuff, and he kind of like goes to open the door and stuff. Opens the door and like stuffs the fire as it gotten into the carpet of the caravan and the curtain and a little bit on the couch. And then there's a commotion. By that time, Elias has pulled you kind of towards an alley. You know, like it's definitely like a darker, like shadowy kind of alley, right? Typical like in the dark alleys. And you kind of notice the giant squirrel on Elias's shoulder, and you both see like not further along where the squirrel is pointing to a guy. There's a big barrel, and then you could see kind of the top of the head of the cloaked figure, and maybe the feet because it's sitting down. As you're just seeing that right now. So what do you do?
Where are you taking us?
Oh, this little critter right here tried to steal my pouch and says he has a mask that asked him to do it.
Hey, give me my other nuts so I can leave.
Gotta make sure that's him first. I'm not gonna take you at your word. I ain't never talked to you new city folk before. I can't quite trust you.
I'm not from the city. I'm a squirrel.
What? There ain't no city squirrels?
I was born in a chestnut tree.
Oh, okay. That makes much more sense.
Yeah, I moved in the city.
Like, Elias is like, he says that and he's like, what? That's a thing?
So when you interacted
Dahlia
with...
just face palms at this point.
So Dahlia, you're not surprised by this because you've always known Elias to talk out loud to animals, right? You never hear the responses from the animals, but with your years with him, you kind of notice that Elias has a gift and he's able to communicate and speak with animals directly, and they talk back to him. You don't understand shit of what, like you kind of just hear from the squirrel, but for you, it's normal. Right? Like just Elias is talking to the squirrel. Now, Elias...
Squeaker, squeak, squeakums.
Squeakums, exactly.
I'm not thinking he has the point.
And do you talk loudly to the squirrel, or are you trying to be subtle so that the guy doesn't hear you, or what
Oh no, I'm not subtle. Are you kidding me?
All right, so...
I don't know.
I was gonna say, I don't think Elias knows the meaning of the word.
Right, all right, so Dahlia, as you know this, you notice that the guy kind of like, the cloak figure kind of looked up, and you see like, you didn't see quite through their face, but you saw their eyes, you know, their forehead a little bit, so they don't, you know, from what you see in a quick look, it doesn't look like an older person, and they kind of like, oh shit, and they kind of like, grabbing a box on the ground and preparing to like flee.
Elias, I can understand the squirrel this time.
Mm-hmm.
No, you couldn't. You didn't hear anything. You never hear that.
Oh, I didn't? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, only Elias understood the squirrel. It's just, it's a common thing that you always see him talking to animals. So you're not...
okay, I got it.
Right, you're not surprised by it, but you never hear what the animals are saying.
I thought you were saying, okay, I understand a squirrel, but what are we doing here?
I still want to know what we're doing here.
Right. Oh, you know, like I said, this little critter right here tried to grab my pouch with all the money Dad had left. And I said that somebody told him to get it.
Little squirrel kind of knocks you. He's leaving right now, by the way.
Wait, what? Oh, shit.
The shadow figure kind of like taking off, and you see like a couple of gold coins falling on the ground and a pouch, and it's just like, shit, they're scurrying down the alleyway.
why was he trying to run away? I just wanted to chat. Well, okay, I'll go grab the coins.
All right, so
I'll grab the coins, like follow the trail as I go until the trail lets off.
All right, so you pick up maybe
She goes with him to keep him out of trouble.
Right. So, clearly, Dahlia, you have more of a sense of, what's going on. It's gonna, like a roguish figure stealing, pickpocketing, right? They have then they just take it off. So you picked up maybe, I know I didn't give you guys gold, but put yourself like 10 gold each. That's a lot of money already. But Elias, with that, you picked up like 3 silvers. And yeah, like, there's not really a big trail, like he just dropped a little bit and then took off. Do you pursue, or do you just let him go?
I look at the squirrel like, man, what's wrong with him? I was gonna ask him if that's like a cultural norm thing around here. I mean,
oh no, he was trying to steal you. He was trying to steal from you.
Trying to steal? Why would he try to steal? Can't you just get what he needs from like the local villagers? Nobody knows the city, so cityers, or what would you call people from the city?
City folks?
City folk. Yeah, city folk. Wouldn't you just ask the city folk if he needs anything?
The squirrel kind of like tilts his head and is like, wait a minute, is he?
I mean, the village that around where I lived, anytime anybody needs something, it was just like go to a neighbor, be like, hey, you got any flour? Right, a flour, and try to cook some bread over here, and they'd be like, yeah, here you go, give them like a sack of flour. And then, like, if they ever needed something, they just go back to the other person and be like, hey, you got any mushrooms? I'm trying to make a stew. Mushrooms.
Like, the squirrel kind of went blank face at that point as you're going on and on. Kind of like, what the fuck? The squirrel kind of looks back at you, Dahlia. I was like, what is... What? So he's like, no. So in cities... people use gold and silver to buy things.
What the?
So that's why he stole them, or tried to steal them from you. And I'm sure. I mean, I've pickpocketed 3 people before today.
Wait, hold on.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna teach you the ways of life. Can I have my nuts, please, so I can go?
You need your nut. What happened to him?
No, not. You promised me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My bad. Hold on one second.
Thank
Here
you.
you go, little buddy. Here, I'll throw an extra one in just for how kind you were.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
see
you.
Around.
Thank
Try
you.
Try not to be a nuisance anymore, eh?
I'll find some cable to gnaw on. All right, and then he just takes off.
What's a cable?
And all right, Dahlia, what? So you're in.
She just waits for this conversation to be over at this point, knowing it could take a while.
Yeah, like he just like this kind of they was like some back and forth with Elias and the squirrel. Elias gave a couple of nuts to the squirrel, then he's going and then just disappeared.
Darling, I'm confused. I was trying to figure out something like a social norm by talking to some of the city folks. This kid right here seemed to me know somebody was around here. So I was going to talk to him, see what's going on, see if I can get some more cultural norms, figure out what's going on. But he took off, dropped a bunch of money. I don't know. I have more questions than I have answers now.
Like I said, let us get to the academy, and I will start to answer what I can. I was raised in a city before getting put here, so I can at least answer some things.
Okay, well, before we get to the academy, we better talk to the village elder. Oh wait, no, would it be a city? It would be a city elder. Let them know that we're around, right? Gotta let them know that we.
In a place like this, that's not how you introduce yourself. The higher-ups and nobles in cities tend to kind of stay away from everybody else. Since we will be staying at the academy, we do need to let the people that at the academy know we are here, however.
Wow, that's just back asswards.
Every place is different.
Ah, you telling me, man. By the way, where are we?
Someone knocks at the door. All right. All right, so Dahlia, you managed to pull Elias out of the little alley and back on the road. On the way towards, the more of a commonplace because you're kind of still in the street. However, you're kind of seeing Bertrand and the noble talk to a city guard.
Man, oh man, I wonder what all the commotion is.
I have no idea. Hopefully they weren't upset over you being in the road earlier.
Well, I mean, ain't the road for people walking?
So, well, you guys kind of get back into the city. The noble kind of climbs up onto that little stoop, kind of looks around the crowd and goes, "There she is! I bet you that's her!" Why am I talking like Elias? There she
And
is.
it begins.
There she is. I'm sure it's her, God, that put fire to my daddy's caravan.
I look behind us.
So, like, he's pointing kind of like towards you, Dahlia, and you see like another kind of city guard is kind of heading towards you guys. Not aggressively, but he kind of seems annoyed, but he's doing his job. He's heading towards you guys and walks up to you. He's like, "Young lady, would you follow me, please?"
Oh, excuse me.
Why? What did I do?
Well, this gentleman over there claims you may have set fire to his caravan. Is that true?
Not at all. I was helping my brother get out of the road so they could continue, but that's it.
Would you please follow me so we can have that discussion with them, please?
But of course.
Thank you. So you guys kind of walk back the 10, 15 feet away, right? So you got back. It's like, "Yes, God, put her on manacles." Calm down, sir. You know, we're so you're telling us that she set fire on your caravan? Yes, that's right. This terrible smelling idiot was in the middle of the road, probably picking up dog poop, and then we was blocking our caravan, and then my chauffeur Bertrand was talking with them, and then it just stopped, and I gotta get somewhere. I'm very busy. Now, please. And then she set fire to my caravan. I know it is true.
Man, this gentleman talks in circles all day long, don't he?
If you're so busy, why haven't you left yet? You saw me get my brother out of the road, and that was it. That is all I did.
And then all of a sudden, my caravan combusts. I'll have you know, this caravan is made by the finest woodscrafter of the region, Mr. Stronghard. And, you know, it does not typically just catch on fire. And Bertrand's like, "Sir, please calm down." It's like, "I will not calm down. I am a noble."
You do have windows in that, and windows reflect light and can actually concentrate light, and could have actually accidentally set your carriage on fire if the sunlight was going through the windows properly.
Windows?
So he kind of like just looks at you and like seems like he's processing what you just did, right? Like even the guards is like, she sounds really fucking smart. Like, so the guards, like the other guard kind of walks up to the other one. "Did you understand what she just said?" "I have no idea." And they're like, kind of like, the other guard's kind of like, "Sir, do you have any proof that she set fire to our caravan?" I mean, and then the noble just goes, "Well, look at her. She's almost literally on fire." But do
Yet
you?
I'm not setting anything on fire, just standing here.
Right.
Excuse me, sir?
Sir, please. Oh, God, it's talking again. God, it smells so bad. Please keep your mouth shut. The stables found themselves floral today.
Excuse me, sir, but I do not appreciate the way you are talking to my friend here. If you could apologize to my sister, that would be greatly appreciated.
Lady, could you please keep your pet under control? Thank you very much. So the guard's
That
kind of
is
like,
a person, and it is my brother, and you will address him as a person and not something else.
so the two guards kind of step in there because they feel like, you know, fisticuffs are about to fly. So they're like, "All right, please, everybody calm down. Sir, do you have any proof?" "I know for a fact, but do you have proof?" And like the Bertrand kind of like, "So we should really go," and you're like, Fine.
Okay.
You know what? The guard's like, just be on your way, sir. Thank you. And then they just kind of get in the caravan and they take off.
As they're driving away, I look to the guard and I'm like, you know what, sir? I bet it was all that sparkly bits on his dress. Probably yeah,
Dahlia
light
just
probably reflecting
dies.
off that. Light reflecting off the sparkly bits on his dress probably that set his stuff on fire.
Sure. Whatever it is, the cause of this mysterious fire, I think the case is closed now. Ladies, gentlemen, please go on your merry day and stay out of trouble.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate the fact that you was just doing your job.
No problem. So they kind of move along and you guys can...
And I start tugging Elias where we actually need to go finally.
All right, so you walk around a little bit. You get some information. Both of you do have invites as well to the academy, thanks to your dad. So you guys are heading there. Someone points you in the direction. You go to the town square. And then we're gonna go back to Torque and Iliakos. All right, Torque, Iliakos, you both are kind of hanging out in the square a little bit. People that you were supposed to talk to an advisor. You do see kind of like it's literally like a town square where you have. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna show it the chat a little bit. All right, this won't have any NPCs on it, but I'll give you guys an idea. I'll drag the characters here. Layers, bro. All right. So, it's busy with NPC. It's just like for visual representation here for you guys. There's a lot of NPCs anywhere. The center square is a big luxurious fountain that you can see. There are people around that. There's people everywhere. There's more than one cart. You see one cart right now, but there's more around with food and stuff like that. And at the bottom of the stairs, there's a seemingly that's where the administrator is, and that you guys were pointed towards to register for the academy.
All right, that's who we're speaking to then.
All right,
I go to the fountain.
Yep. So you go to the. So Yakos, you start making your way towards the administrator, and you pass the fountain. You keep going, and then Tor kind of just stops at the fountain. You look into it. Torque?
I dip my hand and pull out some water and drink it from my hand.
Right on. Okay, cool. So you drink some water, and then you kind of like lost Iliakos a little bit, and you look around, and you see down the hallway there's a bunch of people, and you see like an old man kind of like dragging a small cart coming from like the bottom road. That big smaller than that big cart right with the barrels, but kind of see like an old man, actually the size of that one on the left side there. See an old man there seeming to drag, and he looks exhausted, and he's looking up at the fountain, and then he kind of sees you, and he kind of like gestures at you a little bit to come over.
Yeah, I go over there.
All right. Would you give me a perception check, Iliakos, please?
Sure.
All right. So you didn't notice you lost Torque. All right. All right.
Oh god.
So you get back to the old man, right? And he's like, "Oh, hello, young man. I'm terribly sorry. Could you help me bring my caravan to the fountain, please?"
This caravan right here?
Yes. So you
Oh yes.
all right. You grab the caravan, right? You look into it. It's a bunch of books. So you kind of very kindly, so you pull it towards the fountain. And you see kind of like the old man. He's kind of like sitting down because around the fountain you can sit down and stuff. And he pulls out like a water skin and starts drinking out of his water skin. Thank you very much, young man. Could I bother you for a little bit more help?
I think I'm supposed to. I don't remember. What do you need?
See, I've wrote this encyclopedia, and there's a lot of vendors around this area that have purchased it, and I'm doing the delivery today. However, the young boy who was supposed to help me has been sick, so I'm doing it by myself. And quite frankly, I am exhausted. It's an old cart and kind of kicks it, and it does. The wheels are not really greased well. They don't. My back is hurting me. Could you please go around and deliver my books?
Seems easy. This cart's pretty light to me.
Well, I'm definitely not a young, strapping lad like you, Sonny. And then he kind of like taps on your shoulder. You're not really sure if he noticed you're a goblin or his vision is so fucking bad because he's so old that he thinks you're human or whatever. Well, like, you're not noticing his onward looks, or maybe he's just cool with it, right? Which you're not necessarily used to that reaction either way. But I think you, oh shit. I just noticed there's a token of Lilith there. Hello? Sorry. There we go.
It's fine. You can leave her. You can leave her.
So, yeah, so, you know, he kind of goes on and talks a while, make sure, like, I can pay you if you definitely need the money, but I can't pay you a lot because I don't have a lot of money. I'm a poor man. I've spent my entire life writing this encyclopedia about mushrooms and plants in the region here, and I guess I could perhaps give you a copy of my book.
Sure. I haven't had a book before. This would be my first book.
Thank you very much. Good call. Just 1 second. Okay.
The way you said that, I have a feeling that me and him are going to get along perfectly.
You can have them.
Yeah, I'm
Just
your
you
best
wait.
friend. You can't get rid of me like that.
Oh, I won't.
All right. So, great. So, okay. So, thank you so much. Thank you. So, you pick up the books, right? And you kind of do a delivery, and basically you kind of go to all the squares, if you will, of the map, right? Like there's a shop there, So you kind of like, you go to the first one, bottom left corner, and so what do? You kind of just pulling the cart there.
Book delivery? I think somebody's supposed to get some books.
No, like the owner there seems to be talking with the client. It's not really paying attention to you.
I'll put down the cart and I'll walk up to the owner, like, hey, you.
What? Oh God, yes. What can I do for you? What do you want?
I'm delivering some books.
Books.
Do you got a delivery for books?
No, not really.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever. Let me see. What is that?
I'll go back out. I'll grab a few books and I'll bring them to him.
Cool. So he kind of like, looks at it and says, it looks big. There's a lot of words into it. It's all right. Marta, did you buy a book? Did you? What is this? Like, he kind of seems to be calling for his wife inside the house, inside of the little like shop. And no, Just put it there on the ground. Put it there on the shelf. It's fine. So you do so, and kind of like, oh, it's from that old fool again. So, all right. So he puts the book there, and you go to the next one, right? Once again, it's very busy. So they are very much, you feel not ignored, but you feel like your size doesn't necessarily help you get seen, even though you're green and got giant ears. But you know, they I guess they've seen goblins before, right? And you're kind of finding the same kind of reaction a little bit, where they're kind of not paying attention to you.
Jump on a table.
Okay, so they seem taken back, right? Like, just like, what the? Wait, whoa, calm down there, little guy. What's going on? Do we need the guards?
Books to deliver. Who ordered a book?
Like, they kind of look at each other and it's like, you know, no one. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was told to deliver a book, and I'm gonna deliver a book. As I reach for my meat cleaver.
Well, he kind of like, he went, well, and then he's kind of staring at you like, now calm down now. I don't want any troubles.
I was told to deliver these books, and I'm going to deliver these books. So who is gonna get this book delivered?
Can you roll an intimidation check?
Intimidation.
It's my book! My book! I ordered that book. It's my book. Look. He kind of like just scribbles on the. That's my name right there. I ordered that book. Thank you. You can leave. So.
Thank you.
You know. All right, Iliakos, you get to the administrator, and you wait in line a little bit, right? So at that time, like, there's 2 or 4 people, and you see like right in front of you in the line, there's 2 people, right? There's an older gentleman, there's a younger gentleman. The younger gentleman is well dressed, blonde hair, combed out. And you're like, I'm telling you, Bertrand, I saw her setting my caravan on fire. But sir, you just said you didn't see her. But I'm certain that it is her. Sir, calm down. You're signing up for the academy. Your father will be so proud of you. It's a great day. I just can't forgive this bitch. So yeah, you're kind of eavesdropping this conversation a little bit. There are kind of like 2 more people ahead of you in the list. You're kind of like, you kind of hold on. All right, so you kind of then noticed.
Fuck off,
Actually, great point, my love. I didn't even make that. That link. 1 second. All right. So, Malthus, you then notice that while you are Torkless.
Torque? Oh, not again.
You look around. He is nowhere to be found.
Has anybody seen a goblin about yay tall, the cleaver almost as long as him on his back?
Would you kindly please roll a perception check for me? So you kind of look around a little bit, and you're kind of like, you know, like getting on the top of your hooves and whatnot, and you're seeing Torque with a cart full of books next to him, talking to a vendor with a book in his left hand, his great axe in his right hand, seemingly threatening the vendor, and the vendor looks absolutely terrified.
Oh, not again. All right, walk over.
All right. So, Torque, as the vendor's, all right, it's my book. He grabs the book out of your hands, and Iliakos, that's when you arrive.
Torque,
Buddy,
what are you doing?
I'm delivering books for this old dude.
Which old dude?
There's a dude over by the fountain. The fountain?
Check
Yeah.
the fountain.
The fountain.
There's no one there.
I don't see anybody at the fountain. What are
Who's
these
at the
books
fountain?
about? Grab one of the books and look at the cover.
You see a glyph on the cover. There's no title on it.
Do I recognize the glyph at all?
No. You peruse the book a little bit, and you kind of see that there's words for the first couple of pages, and then there's a lot of scribbles.
Does it look sinister or senile? Can I do an insight for that?
You can try. What if you could describe to me what's the difference between a senile book and a...
So a senile book would be like the last manuscript that Fyodor Dostoevsky wrote, which what it starts talking about just starts getting weirder and weirder and weirder, and then it just ends and becomes incoherent. Whereas a sinister book, that'd be like patterns or something in the writing in it to imply that it's actually some kind of script actually written in another language that's meant to cause some kind of trouble. So
it's not even that detailed, right? The first couple of languages is, so in this encyclopedia you'll find books and it's talking about plants, but it's really not talking about plants. It's kind of like, talking and writing in circles, right? Clearly it's you're let's roll your insight check before I... Right, so it's just a very terrible writer, really. There you go.
This is trash.
You're with about there. Okay.
This book makes no sense. Sir, look up at the guy that he was intimidating. Why did you buy this book?
Oh, God, it's my book, all right? Just leave me alone. It's made me... God. And he just kind of turns away. Listen, he kind of turns back. He's clearly panicked. Do I need to call the guards here?
No. I'm trying to get all of this sorted out, including
It's my
getting
book,
the scary-
okay? This little dude is like... said it's my book, and it's my book. I'm not questioning. He looks at you, he's like, I'm sorry, it is my book. I'm sorry I wasted so much of your time. But it's my book.
Okay. Enjoy your book, sir. We'll
Thanks.
leave you alone.
Thank you.
Who else have you
Need
given
another
this
book.
to, Torque?
I asked the guy as he's walking away, did you need another?
You've done enough.
I'm supposed to
We're
deliver these.
supposed to be in line for the administrator.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
Who else did you give these books to?
This is only the second shop?
Third
Yeah,
one.
the second shop.
Where was the first delivery?
Bottom wall over where Nip is.
I'm
Yeah.
clicking on the wrong roll, turning over here. Yeah.
You guys are here. That's the second one. That's the third one. The second one was here. The first one was here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. The second one was here. The first one was here. Fine.
First one's there. Okay. Wander over to where he delivered the first one. Stay here with me. Don't make me get a
here
leash
or
out.
with you. Stay here.
Here,
or
as
with
in
you?
the area next to me, while it moves with me. You know how this works.
Yeah.
Did you drink the fountain water?
I'm thirsty. Of course I did.
Oh, we're gonna need to disinfect you later. Now that's probably had all kinds of things in it. Excuse me, sir. To the sale at the recipients at the first house.
Right. Okay. So, all right. Hold on. And Nip.
Yes.
All right. So, Nip, Your caravan kind of pulls itself around at the edge of the city, right? And it's preparing to, like, it kind of lines itself up so you can turn out of the city. And there you go, sir. This is the central area right over there on the other side of the fountain where Draco Malfoy is standing. You can, the administrator is there and you can give him your form.
Well, thank you, good sir.
So
I commend you for your service.
you get out of the caravan. You see like the town square is buzzing with people, and you see kind of like a little satyr, like kind of like almost dragging a goblin around by the tip of the ears, right? And when they pass by you, you get a weird feeling.
Oh? Should I roll a perception check?
You will roll an Arcana check
An Arcana check.
with
Okay.
disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
More than a feeling.
Well, all right. So magic. Oh, no. So you kind of have like you just kind of like the hair on your hair body kind of like stood up. You kind of like having that weird feeling, and that your kind of eye is twitching a little bit. Which in your past, when that happens, is very rare and never a good thing.
Is it coming in the general direction of the two walking
No
by?
idea. Like you step foot, there's people that walked in front of you, left and right and center, and there's a lot of people. It's buzzing, and you rolled a 1. So you have that feeling, but zero sense of where it's coming from.
Oh, this isn't good. My spidey senses are tingling. All right. Well, I can start to wander around and see maybe if I can hone in on maybe what's any kind of strange activity that might be causing this disturbance in the force.
Well, you're seeing an interaction where the two the two that I just mentioned, the satyr and the goblin, are kind of like talking to a vendor, and the goblin seemed annoyed, right? He seems like he just got scolded. He seems pissed off. And that's what you're kind of noticing. Iliakos, you approach the vendor.
I'll walk towards their interaction as well to see if I can listen into what's going on.
Sure.
Pardon me, sir.
Yeah, what's up?
Did you just accept a book from my compatriot here?
I was delivering the book. I was told to deliver it. I delivered it.
Good. Yes, and you followed the instructions wonderfully, and you were doing a great job. I just need to clarify some things. Sorry, sir. Did you take a book from my compatriot here?
Yeah, he was annoying me a little bit. He kept saying that I, ordered a book. I don't think I ordered a book.
Okay.
But
Okay, he has a 3-foot cleaver, so be careful about
I
telling
put
him
my
he's
hand
annoying.
on my cleaver.
If you stay tame for a few minutes, I'll get you another sausage, okay?
So he kind of like offended a little bit. He's like, "Are you threatening me, gentlemen?" As he kind of looks at you guys.
No, of course not. I'm helping you. That's
I
what.
grip the cleaver tighter.
Just sort of interpose between the two of them. Just. Do you know anything about these books? Have you ever received a delivery of books like this before?
And Nip, you're seeing his hand like grabbing his cleaver, right? You're feeling stuff might be about to go down. So you're interested, and you kind of walk up a bit closer if you want.
Yeah. I'll get near and kind of get ready to kind of understand what's going on here.
How close do you want to get?
Let's.
You can grab your token, by the way.
I'll get in 5 feet of them.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
I can't see the map or tokens at the moment.
Did I not drag you guys over here?
I can see it.
I just can't touch the token.
I can see it on your stream, but not on the.
You not see
Roll20.
anything on Roll20?
No, it's just black.
We see everything. It's just we can't click our token.
Oh,
I was able to move mine.
Steel's saying he can't see shit.
Oh.
Refresh
that
Steel?
case-
Let me.
Yeah, just refresh.
If that doesn't work, you might have to go back to another thing and come back.
And Iliakos, you can grab your token.
Okay.
It's like you the one that grabbed
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You
I
spawned
put
it.
mine on the map. so
Yeah, I put the
can-
other ones. I'm gonna delete all of them. You guys put yourself back to where you're at, okay? Are you good, Steve? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it fixed it.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, drag a token that you guys can use, and I'll delete it. Which one is the ones you can move the spear? Okay. Do you know? Just click on your name and drag it to the map, Aphelion.
What's going on? Drag what where?
If you want to put your token on the map, just like, it's there, but like you can't move it, right? So just grab it in the journal and then just kind of click your name and drag, and it'll put a token, and you'll be able to control that one. There you go.
Okay.
Move it again, so I delete the other one that you can't. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. All right. Iliakos, continue the. Sorry.
Okay, sir. No. This we're here to calm the situation down. Don't
So
mind.
what is this commotion about books? Like, I didn't order a book. I didn't want a book. He came and really gave me a book, and I didn't want to argue too much. Now I have to argue with you. Can we just move along?
If you would be so kind as
Do you
to
want
return
that
the
book?
to me?
Yeah, just take it.
Thank you very much.
I let go of my meat cleaver.
All right.
I'll interject
Okay.
and speak with them. It's an odd concept, taking books from one. I could understand that maybe the city would be willing to educate its people by delivering free books. It's quite a novel concept, but may I ask, are you really doing?
Getting the books back because somebody took advantage of the particularly influenceable condition of my associate Torque here, and I believe that there may be possibly some kind of motive behind the delivery of this book.
I tug on Iliakis' clothes to get him close to me.
Yes.
Can we cook him?
No, I told you, if they can speak, you don't eat them. It's bad for you.
But he's a rabbit, right?
No, he's not a rabbit. He's a person.
Steel,
Around the
clearly
person?
you're hearing that, by the way.
I would have imagined better from fellow Fey folk, but your friend is quite
He is not Fey.
uneducated
He's a
with-
goblin. He's from this mortal plane.
well. You are his companion, though, but you are Fey, aren't you?
Oh, well, I was cast aside here because of the will of the horned green goddess.
Yes, our people left the Feylands quite some time ago, for it's nonsensical.
I left mine about a year ago.
We've been many generations in this plane. It's quite different. I'm not from this region, though. I'm very far from home. But I can't say I've ever seen anything like this before. Would you mind? Take a look at this book of yours. That you're
By all means.
All right. Dahlia and Elias.
All right.
So you guys approach the market. Go ahead.
Yep. As we're walking in, I'm as much as rude as that guy was. He did have a point. I felt something foul. I smell horrible right now. I should look to get. Hey, Dahlia, would you mind holding this for me? I take my quiver off and I take my gear strap off, and I hand it to her.
She kind of takes it with a bit of surprise on her face. What are you about to do?
I run from where I'm at and I jump into the fountain.
No, oh crap.
Now, did you take all your clothing off?
No, I still got my leather gear on, and
Okay.
I got my clothes on, so I just took anything that would rust.
All right.
Or
Okay.
anything
All
that
right.
would rust or get.
She runs after him.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Right. Oh yeah. Why am I moving your token? You can move it. Sorry. All right. So you move your token over there. There you go. All right. Steel. While that conversation continues, right, and you grab the book. When you grab the book, you have a feeling, and you kind of just instinctively, excuse me, throw the book away, right? And you throw it about here, right? And you feel like there's a huge danger approaching as you throw the book.
Oh my! It's some kind of
Throwing the books I'm supposed to deliver.
magic I'm not familiar with, but it can't be good.
Ha!
Right.
I knew it.
So,
Torque, you owe me a copper.
Iliakos and Torque, you see like this new person, Enib, just grabs the book and throws it and essentially kind of ducks. And as he does that, you kind of see the book light up. And it then kind of touches the ground here and explodes.
Start putting on my helmet. Put on my helmet and get my club and shield out.
Yeah, you don't really have time for that. It's really like I'm almost instant. So he throws the book. He kind of like, gives you the warning, ducks down. The book, like Alias, you kind of see a book coming at you, but it kind of stops before, and you're like, "Well, what goddamn is that?" And then it blows up. And as that blows up, there's a chain reaction of the second book that was delivered over here explodes as well, and the cart, which was now placed here on the right side, explodes as well. And there are huge explosions as fireballs are released by each of the books. Hello, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see what happens next, make sure to stay tuned for part 2. But this was Tales of Meandria, episode 1, part 1. Make sure to subscribe, like the video if you liked it, put your comments at the bottom, and we'll see you next time. Bye.